In this section, we're going to be talking about another unique looking curve, the spiral. So let's go back up here to our control point curve tool panel, pull that down, and here's the spiral. The spiral has two very different variations. The normal spiral, just by left clicking, I choose a beginning, ending of my axis, first radius. Now you'll notice this looks just like our helix tool. But when I left click here, I'm not quite finished. Then I have to pick a second radius, which as you can see creates the spiral. When I look at it dead on in my perspective window, you can see the spiral shape. From the side, however, it looks a little bit like a cone. Now, if I right click here, I'm actually creating a flat spiral. Now this is interesting. I start at the center, I move out to my first radius point, and then I move back in. I'll click here with a left click, and there we have a flat spiral. So you start with your base point, first radius point, and then second radius point. Now the spiral tool can also be used around a curve. I'll create here a circle, spiral. I'll move up here to click around curve. Then I have to select my circle. Now here you can see we're wrapping it around our circle. And this actually looks identical at this point to what a helix wrapped around this curve would look like. But the thing is, I click left click once. And now I must click again to choose my second radius. So as you can see, we've created a bizarre shape that wraps around our circle. And these loops are changing in size, going from smallest here to largest here. I'll show you just quickly here what this is going to look like in a 3D sense. And there we have it, pretty chaotic. Now let's take a look at another example. I'll turn snap back on so I'm clicking to my grid corners. A round curved spiral. I'm going to select my box. And again, as you can see, we're wrapping around our shape. Now what if I wanted to wrap a spiral around a spiral? Well, let's create a flat spiral. I'll go to here. Now here again I have these settings, turns, mode, diameter. Let's change our turn so it's not quite so busy. I'll choose 4, press enter. Now we have more of a simple spiral. So I'll left click here. I'm going to click again, this time around curve, select my curve, and here I get this really strange shape. So this is a spiral technically created using the curve of a spiral as its base. Now let's just do a quick comparison here. I'm actually going to skin both of these so you can see them together. You can see our original spiral in the center and the second spiral created off of the original spiral curve on the outside. So spiral, like helix, is an interesting tool that can create a variety of effects using the around curve section. So I'm going to delete all of these here. The last type of spiral that we can create is a vertical, and that simply means that we're going to have to start in a different viewport. If I start from my top view here, I'm looking straight down on my spiral. So there you can see it from the top.